Good evening, sports fans, on this late Thursday night, September 22nd, 2016. I'm Peter Wiggins here tonight for Sports Roundup, and let's start you off at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, where the New England Patriots squared off against the Houston Texans, and Patriots got on the board first in the first quarter on a 24-yard field goal by Gillette to make it 3-0 for the Patriots, and then Jacoby Brissett, 27-yard run to make it 10-0 in favor of the Patriots, and then in the third quarter, Gillette 25-yard field goal to make it 13-0 for the Patriots, then a pair of Garrett Plant touchdown, one from a yard and another from 41 as the New England Patriots defeat the Houston Texans 27-0 in the quarter, 3-0 season. Jacoby Brissett 11-19 passing for 103 yards, and he had that one touchdown that he rushed for 27 yards, and Garrett Plant 24 carries for 105 yards, and 2 touchdowns and 41 rush for touchdown. And Blake Osweiler went 24, 41, 196 yards and an interception. Next up for the Patriots, they'll be at Gillette Stadium a week from Sunday, taking on Rex Ryan and the Buffalo Bills. Should be an interesting game. How about those Pats? Yeah, looking good. No Brady, no problemo. Okay, down at Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland, where the Boston Red Sox squared off against the Baltimore Orioles at Camden Yards. And Alan Ramirez singles on ground ball over center fielder Adam Jordan scores big bets and Dervish Tees at second base. 1-0 for the Red Sox. And then top of the second, San Leon single on a line drive right field. Mark Drum that scores check the batter. 2-0 for the Red Sox. And then Ortiz walks San Leon to the third course and Burkle to third base and big bets at second base. So it's 3-0 for the Red Sox. But then in the bottom of the third, Trey Mancini homers on a foul ball at left field that scores Chris Davis and Manny Machado 3-3 to score. And then top of the fourth, top of the fifth, and Benedict singles on ground ball to right field. Mark Trumbull, Travis Shaw scores Andrew. Benedict had a second one in the throw. Right for the Mark Trumbull, the first man, Chris Davis shuts off J.J. Harder, makes it 4-3 in favor of the Red Sox. And then top of the seventh, Honey Ramirez homers on a foul ball right field to seal the deal as the Boston Red Sox beat the Baltimore Orioles 5-3 to go to and 64 in season and a half. David Price got the win. Give up 6 hits and 3 runs and struck out 5. And Craig Kimmel got the save, and Roy falls to 2-2 in the season. Next up for the Red Sox, they'll be taking on the Tampa Bay Rays in the first round, a 3-game series with Drew Palmer as the man for the Red Sox tomorrow at 7:10 p.m. while Chris Archer man for the Rays. Okay, take a look at some other Major League Baseball scores around Major Leagues on this late third half. The Phillies lead the New York Mets 8-6. Top of the fifth, Carl Rockies leading the LA Dodgers 4-1. Top of the sixth, San Francisco Giants 7 to Padres. No score. Detroit Tigers over the Minnesota Twins 9-2 in the first game and 4-2 for the Tigers in the second game. Atlanta Braves over the Miami Marlins 6-3. Cleveland Indians over the Kansas City Royals 5-2. Tampa Bay Rays shut out New York Yankees 2-0. LA Angels over the Houston Astros 2-0. And Milwaukee Brewers over the Pittsburgh Pirates 3-1. Alright, look at that. Standings in the Major Leagues. Boston with that win is now 5.5 ahead of Toronto and 7 ahead of Baltimore. And the man down to clinch the American League East for the Red Sox 5. And the Cleveland Indians have a 7-game lead on the Detroit Tigers for first place in the American League Central, with the magic number to clinch the AL Central for the Indians 4. In the AL West, the Texas Rangers 9-game lead on the Houston Astros, 9.5-game lead on the Seattle Mariners, and the magic number to clinch the AL West for the Texas Rangers 1. In the National League, the Washington Nationals get a 9-game lead on the New York Mets for the first place in the National League East, and the magic number to clinch the NL East for the Nationals 2, and LA Dodgers have a 6-game lead on subsequent chance for first place in the National League West, and the magic number for the Dodgers to clinch the NL West 5. And Toronto Blue Jays and Detroit Tigers are wildcard teams, and Baltimore is a half game behind Detroit for the final wildcard spot. And National League, New York Mets are for the first wildcard team, and subsequent St. Louis are tied for the second place wildcard team in Pittsburgh. 4 games behind the Cardinals and the Giants for the final wildcard spot in the National League West. For National League, so exciting times in the Major Leagues in the final stretch of September. Alright, take a look at some non-high school and non-Lancers boys soccer team improved to 5-1 in the season with a 3-2 victory over the Mills Mohawks at Robert Adams Field in Norton High School. And the Wheaton Lions fall to the Rhode Island Cox 3-2. Okay, look at some sports news on this late Thursday night. The Seattle Mariners say they are ripping all internal options after backup catcher Steve Clemens repairs to the pair of controversial treats Thursday addressed the recent unrest ball in the field. Shooting the man by Gleason, shot North Carolina. Both created games to be played on Sunday. Sacramento, California. A man took a coconut cream pie from quarterback Webb, Sacramento, America. Kevin Johnson began the smack in the face at a charity event. Later, former enemy starts bringing and tackle the man. Atlanta, Deshaun Watson and number 3, Clemson finally trending in on the performance everyone expected to total, dominating Georgia Tech for the first half away to 26-7 victory on Thursday night. And what can be nicknamed the Draymond Green effect, the NBA's ref crew approaching games a little more bit differently this season. During the Thursday news conference, Seahawks wide receiver the Donald Baldwin explains why he believes there should be a review of the training policies by police law enforcement officials. In 2014, Paul Farmer offered a book titled "My Comments Can Beat Your Comments" by the SEC Rules called football. 2 years later, it looks like there may be a time for a follow-up. The Golden State Warriors head coach Steve Kerr also said he expects to protest during the national anthem in the NBA. While the NBA and National Basketball Players Association worked together over the past several days to create a plan for handling potential protests by players during the national anthem, sources told ESPN. Alvarez returned in the junior middleweight division suffered an injury during the second round of the NAC of England, leading to the winner of 104-pound world title last Saturday night and on to Texas. Over the next 10 days, Terry Collins put Commissioner to the top manager. Out of internationally with a vote or get himself fired. Even he chuckled with the president of the scenarios that basically was at 180 degrees from one another. Success of young NFL quarterbacks ratchets up pressure on and Rams played jerk off as 2 weeks into the season and NFL quarterback so far was taking shape. It's the young and restless. Young quarterbacks are having a success under the league. Calvin Watkins covers the Houston Rockets and Milwaukee Bucks make the in the trade for the Houston Rockets. Bubba Watson, Robert the Cup deserves and design never waver. Cleveland. Rookie wide receiver Corey Coleman does not need surgery to his broken hand, but a small but sorely needed positive for the Browns. Non-Saints offense needs the most make every opportunity, Drew Brees said. Yeah, that's it for Sports 1 minutes late Thursday night, September 22nd, 2016. I'm Pierce. Good night, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.